Can't get paid overtime? Don't call us outside of work hours. Update. I'm sorry I didn't mention English is not my first language and that my grammar is bad. Also need to add my last workplace is a home health agency where we coordinate with nurses and therapists on field when visiting patients. Don is Director of Nursing. Alt Don is Alternate Director of Nursing and Admin is Administrator. Ready for another story about my ex-boss? For the longest time working at the previous home health, I've noticed some coworkers would work couple of minutes past end of the shift. From my understanding, this was to prevent any field agents contacting whoever is on call until the next day. Now quick backstory. The person on call is the boss, aka owner, Don, admin, etc. One day, we had a conference meeting that the boss wasn't happy some of us were working past work hours and makes a statement to clock out exactly at the time we close for the day. Of course that meant she refuses paying us overtime if we're working over 8 hours. So since our work hours are from Mon Fry 8 hours each day, we have to make the best of it being productive within those hours. Why emphasis about the days and hours, you ask? Since the calls have been transferred to on-call, which is the boss, this also means she's responsible taking calls until office opens. You'd think she'd know the basic knowledge what to say or instruct when someone calls. Wrong. She'd basically call one of us late at night to assist her with any issue, and it usually takes 12 hours tops to finish assisting the issue. Here's the malicious compliance. One day, half of the coworkers were on vacation and were understaffed. We finished work for the day and transferred calls to the boss. At this time, I wasn't feeling so good and I wanted to rest for remainder of the evening. It wasn't even 8 p.m. and I received a call from my boss. Me. Hello, ma'am? Boss. Oh good. I'm able to reach you on time. Me. Okay, what's wrong? Boss. I need you to call this patient in. Me. I'm sorry. I cannot do that at this time. I will follow up in the morning. Boss. No. This needs to be done now. Me. I understand, ma'am, but I cannot work outside hours as you officially said. I will follow up on this patient in the morning. Boss. I did not pay you to be stuck up. Now help me or you won't work for me anymore. Me. But don't you remember what you told us? Because we cannot work overtime and it's past work hours. We cannot assist. This issue with the patient will be done soon as I come into the office tomorrow. Hangs up. The next day, I come into the office and the Alt Don arrives in time asking what happened last night. I explained to her the scenario and she took my side. We had a three-way call with the boss and the Alt Don gave her a long lecture how she told everyone we are not to be bothered after work hours, even when she told us we cannot work overtime. The shivers I can hear from her side of the call belittle her. After that, we were allowed to work extra 15 minutes with extra pay past work hour to complete whatever needs to be done. She slowly stopped contacting us late at night but would bug the Alt Don instead. And the issue, she wanted me to assist that time with the patient. The patient couldn't find their pillbox and end up finding it later in the morning. So what the actual fudge? I wouldn't have answered the phone. Not on call or overtime, I am not answering. Don't work for free. No pay? No work. WTF is an Alt Don? How can you find a pillbox on the phone? That's a wrongful termination suit waiting to happen. Even when she told us we cannot work overtime? Not because of it? My lack of reading comprehension is showing again. Never answer your phone after work hours. If they need you that badly, they can give you a work phone. Don't apologize for your English anymore. It is just fine. The shivers I can hear from her side of the call belittle her. What does this sentence mean? My former manager. Don't you dare get overtime. Also my former manager. I know this is your first actual day off in weeks, but can you cover? Hey, can you cover while I go on vacation? Hey, can you cover? Someone called in sick even though we all know they're lying. They just don't want to work today. Hey, can you come in? I just had to fire your coworker for trying to fight an old lady. I feel so blessed that my company is very strict about this. My coworker actually got a talking to for calling his boss to ask a question outside work hours. He explained that they have to bill the company a minimum of 15 minutes even if the call takes 30s. Once 4:30 hits, you do not contact work and they do not contact you, or either party can be in trouble. The patient couldn't find their pillbox. How in the world would you be expected to help with that? If I can't find my car keys, I don't call the dealer to help me find them. Were they fishing for replacement pills? I did not pay you to be stuck up. Right now you are not paying me at all. And I do not work without getting paid. Click. Depending on location, if you get called in, it's 4 hours pay even if you only go for 5 minutes. Caller display for the win. You are allowed to curse on the internet, god dang it. If the phone they called was my personal cell, I would have my phone programmed so it would not ring during my off hours. This is why no employer will ever have my actual phone number. They get my Google Voice number, which rings in on my mobile phone but also gets automatically silenced outside of work hours. They can leave a message and I can decide when or if I want to listen to it. Who's all done?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.